What is happening, everybody? We are starting year 3 with a bang on the 5 and 5 challenge. We have 5 years to make $5 million. We're at $250,000 now. Well, I have some big plans. I wanted to see where our money was sitting before I executed on them, but I'm pretty satisfied. We do have some snow coming. It is January. Nothing we can do on our existing fields, but with this dollar amount we talked about, I know we talked about last episode, buying the water buffalo. It's gonna happen in this episode, just not right away. Let me get home and I'll show you our plans. We're sitting here on another plot of land that is not ours. Let's look at the map. So I talked about expanding to field 8 here, or farmland 8. It is $452,000. I started looking around. There's some water on 16, which would be real nice, but it's about $500,000. 11 would be good for lumber, but it's $314,000. Plot number 12 here magically is sitting at $196,000. We're gonna buy it. And that being said, the redundancy is going to continue on this playthrough for at least a little while. My whole plan with buying this field is to extremely maximize our money and get going with a lot of silage today. We'll get going on this and get a ton of grass cut to start with. We do need to fill up the sawmill, so we'll get over to that very soon. But I did notice there's a decent amount of grass over here, and this potentially could pay for itself instantly. And I want to put a ton of fields over here. I'm not going to do one huge field. I want to do a lot of fields, do some crops. I want to get some sorghum going, probably some soybeans, which means we'll need a planter, but I think it'll work for our plan. A big grind ahead of me. I think this is gonna get us to $5 million though. All right, well, that's pretty much the outline of the entire plot of land we bought. No way I am cutting all of this today. So that wasn't the original plan either. Let's shut these off for a second. What I want to do is get the baler over here and see how many bales just the outline's going to give us. Let's shut this tractor off and we'll grab it here with the 4755. Oh yeah, we're refilled. I already did that. That's right. So we're ready to go. Not quite ready with this grass. I think it's gonna be, is it growing right now? Let me remember. Yeah, so it'll be March when we do this field. So we got some time to get some fields established over here, and this will probably be the area that I'm gonna put the water buffalo instead of right here. I wanna make sure we have plenty of room for them buffalo. Oats are coming in good though. We gotta remember we gotta buy a harvester as well. Okay, here we go. Filling up pretty quick to start with, but stop. Before we do that, we are going to hit Alt-X, make sure the counter's restarted, and away we go. And just turning the first corner, we're at 7 bales already. This is craziness. Like I said, we're not gonna cut this entire plot today. That's overwhelming, but I am gonna start building out some fields after this. I just wanted to see. So if we're gonna get about 28 bales just from doing the outskirts, that's about $33,000 already. It does look like the first pass was, or that first area we did was the best yield-wise, but we'll make up a little bit here. We might get to 20 still. It'll be close. I still think it was a wise decision. We're gonna have a lot of nice fields out here, a lot of diversity in the series because it's very repetitive right now. I feel it too. I'm a little tired of silage, so I'm gonna mix it up, and I think if all things go accordingly, we're gonna blow away $5 million. And it looks like 18 will be the total to start with. I dig it. We are gonna take a break from this though. We have some chores to take care of around the farm. Let's go ahead and let this one drop and then we'll shut this off. And like bale limit, I guess, would start being a concern at some points. We are gonna need to get some lumber So that's not a good place for that because we're going to have to figure out how to sneak in here with trees now that I put this silly fence up. So we'll put this just in the farm, the little yard over here for now. And then I do want to sneak up here because I want to make sure we're keeping the goat milk move. That's a tree. We want to make sure we're moving the goat milk regularly. So I'm going to come over here and grab all of it, take it over to the production. And I was counting the food that they have left. They're going through about a bale a day at this point. So we do know that we have about 6 months left before we have to do another session to get us some regular grass. But there might be some areas, and I actually might use that new area to get a decent amount for them pretty soon. See why the opening here is important. Let's us cruise through and just drop them off there. Very nice. Let's double check capacity here, see how it's doing. Yeah, 2,500 liters of goat milk. I need to do some math later and see if we're overproducing milk that production can handle. And I have a feeling or a hope that happens eventually. Another thing we had in our back pocket, and it might be too early to start doing it. We got a ton of trees over there still. All these trees are ours too. So I'm gonna take some of these taller ones and we're gonna get them cut down and sent over to the sawmill. I'm gonna do a pretty good load here and hopefully that's enough for a month or two. We'll see how it goes. Just gonna start anywhere though and just get to chopping. Oh, that's a 13-meter one. That's all right. I'm really after these 25-meter length ones. Now I'm super curious to see how much this is gonna be. I'm guessing, gosh, probably maybe 10,000 liters. None of this is thick, so we'll see. This might get us by for another month. Didn't really, I mean, it was about 6 trees. Various sizes though. I just feel like this is gonna be easier to get in here than using the winch now. Yeah, I just loop in here. This is the way. A little bit more work, a lot more work, but it's what we're gonna have to do to keep this thing fed. So we're at 6,200 right now. And now we're at 14,000. All right, I think we need a little bit more, but I think we're gonna do some more work first. So I am gonna just leave that there. This looks pretty slick out here. Nice cut square, but I am going to leave a little bit of room for the water buffalo right here. And go probably to this third bale, and that's where I think I'm gonna cut across and do maybe another road. And we can turn these into roads. It's gonna be kind of boring and square, but I'll try to mix it up as much as I can. One of the things I'm learning right now about this game and the guided steering and everything, when we're trying to do things super fast, it seems like doing square fields is gonna be the best way to do things. So let's cut this across, and then I can make a field in between the roads. All right, that should do it for another road that'll cut through this property. And I don't know if that was in the center, but I think that'll do it. So let's find an area now on this side. It is farther away from everything, but I think it'll be wise. So we're gonna get to the beginning over here closer to our area. And I'm gonna try to make it not completely square, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so let's go about right here. Turn these back on and we'll try to go at 270 again. Like I said, this is a challenge, not trying to make this entertaining challenge and not make these just super boring fields. If you followed the channel for a while, you know I don't like square fields. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go about where that darker green is, and then I'm gonna start rounding to the right. So we'll go about like this, and we'll give it a little bit of a shape to it that's not completely square, and then we'll kind of loop back out, just kind of giving it a little bit of a personality. And I want to stay on this side of this tree line, and I'm probably going to keep these trees just to help us with naturally building curves to these fields. So yeah, I totally caved right now. We're not doing square at all. I can't do it, guys, and I think that's for the best. And I kind of messed up. I wanted to record this and create a custom field with course play, and I do plan on making those dirt roads at minimum, maybe gravel. But that's why I'm kind of staying off the road a little bit here. But we are going to connect it, and I think what I'll do is we'll shut off now just to get this outline done. We'll get the baler over here, and we're going to see if recording an FS25 is working to make custom fields on Courseplay. So if we clear this, we have this little record button, which should allow us to do it. We'll see if it's working. All right, so let's get our back tires right there. We'll turn this on so it's on. But then I want to click record, And we'll see how this goes. It looks like it's working. I don't know. I hope it does work. Okay, and I've never made a field this way with Courseplay, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing. So let's go here. Let's get that menu up. Let's hit stop. Do you want to save the recording? Yes. Okay, did that do anything? Was that a complete waste? It was a complete waste of time. It was a complete waste of time. So what happens now? All right, so let's switch over here. If I do try to do this, oh, it's on here. It is on here. So we'll generate, and we can't really see. They're perfect. Okay, so settings, we're gonna go, I don't know, one more headland, that's fine. And then go to the map, generate it, back up a little bit. I don't know, guys. This is the way. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab this real quick, get the trailer, get the bales out of the way, and then I'm gonna bale right behind them. Now, driving back and forth, I'm realizing the scale of this property. It is huge. Especially when I'm not driving the faster tractor, my goodness. So we're getting these all out of the way, see how they do. Doing ups and downs, and once we get these out of the way, we should be able to start baling. Yeah, maybe we made this too small. I don't know. We can always expand it. Back to baling. I know this part is still the same as it's been, but we're about to mix it up big time because of these fields. So we are finishing up here, doing the new road that we built. We have 52 bales at this point. You can see all of them out there. Decent sized field. And then after we're done with this, I'm gonna pick the bales up. We'll start cultivating that. I'd like to get something like soybeans in there, or maybe sorghum or canola. I'll have to look at the chart again on the ones that build or grow the fastest. I know oats is like 3 months, and then there's another one that's 4 months and 5 months, and soybeans is 6 months. Soybeans would be a good return on investment, but every 6 months cutting it versus some other crops that we could do every 4 to 5 months is what I'm kind of looking at. I also thought about doing poplar, but I don't think I want to do that in this playthrough. But I'm gonna get the rest of these wrapped up and then moved out of the way. We'll build another little stack over here so we can keep them separated from the ones we already have. And I don't know what the bale limit is on this game. I've never hit it, so I might look that up because I might get concerned eventually. All right, we got some bales out of the way. I don't know why I put those away that way, but we're gonna keep them over here. I'm not 100% sure how much more cutting I'm gonna do on this side before doing the big grass fields, so makes sense to just keep some of the stuff over here, even though I took the baler away. But will this even pick up? No, I didn't think so. But that's okay. We'll have to do this ourselves. We'll allow fields, make sure this is lowered, and we should be able to just cruise on the same path. Create the outline. We'll do a couple headlands to get us a good start here. Yeah, another nice field. I love it. And there's the outline. It feels significantly bigger than the oat field, which is more than welcomed. Man, I miss playing this way. We're gonna jump in the sky and take a look at all this. This is awesome. I'm loving this map right now. Loving the possibilities here. It's not just about the challenge for me. It's about building a pretty cool looking wilderness farm here. Taking a look from here, there's the new field. Pretty good size. There's a little spot I need to fix, but there's the huge grass field, the oat field. Look at that. Now, if we could buy that plot of land and connect it all together, that would be pretty ideal. Wow. Yeah, that worked good. But I do want to come in here and fix this before I forget. And that should take care of it. We'll do a little of this to finish the product there. It's like it never happened. Perfect. It's not a square. Got a little bit of roundness to it. I like it. I like it a lot. Now I have no clue if this is going to be enough lime, but we're going to give it a shot before we spend more money. 5,300 liters. I don't I don't think it's going to be enough, but like I said, we'll give it a shot. And we can generate a field now. That is beautiful. Lock into place and get going with this lime session. And we'll have to run to the store, I'm guessing, but we'll give it a shot. It got us closer than I thought it was going to get us. We are going to go buy probably like, I don't know, 4,000 to 6,000. Yeah, 4,000 to 6,000, probably 6,000 liters of lime just to have it. It's not too expensive. So we will head to the left and take the back route to the shop and see how that goes. Eventually I will get these laid down as roads, get the whole auto drive network set up on them. But right now, we'll do it ourselves. All right, we've gotten our 6,000 liters, just getting it filled up here. Trying to figure out where a good path would be to create over here. I know we don't own this land, but you know, the city, you know, the township or the county, whatever's out here, might be interested in approving some roads for us. I don't think here would be a good idea though. It's on the hill. We don't want to do that. And back at it. Turned that on a little too soon. Wasted a little bit, but that's all right. I think we're just gonna have 2 passes here, maybe 3, maybe that little, little section back there. And then we'll be all prepped. Well, we might put some fertilizer down, but I was gonna say, then we'd be all prepped to figure out what we're gonna do planting wise. And all done, it looks like 4,000 would have been enough. We'll have extra for later. Same song and dance here. I think this is gonna be enough though. We should have enough to do this, and let's just double check how we're looking. I didn't even check that. Yeah, no fertilizer, no fertilization out here at all, which is interesting compared to what we saw on the other fields, but we'll take it. We'll get the first application put down, and then we're gonna go fund the water buffalo. Yeah, we had plenty here. And if we do this right, I think we should be able to buy some equipment and not have to pay for fertilizer anymore, but we will see. Baby steps here, with 35 months to go. All right, we got lots of bales here. Go ahead and pick up a stack, drive to the farmer's market and back. What is this, 6 times or 7 times? Yeah, we got this. Why use the roads I made? That is just silly. Oh, the other thing with this bale trailer, look at that, I just let them go. They're just sitting in there now. They're not auto-loaded anymore. And now I can just drive through. Can just drive through, pick up our money, loop around, do it again. 33,000 there. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Finally made it with the last load, which felt like forever. But we have $276,000. We're gonna head home. We're gonna find a place to put the cow barn to get some water buffalo. Oh my goodness, I'm giving you guys the tour on mute. All right, here is the cow barn that we're gonna have our water buffalo in. It looks like this is gonna be, I don't know, is this for slurry? Maybe, like that's for slurry. Maybe this is manure. Oh, that's milk. That's where we get the milk. Chris, you're silly. But over here is where we buy the animals, and we have this nice gate that opens up both directions for us. Go ahead and open it up there, and that's how we can drive through if we're coming from that side, or this side is just automatically open for us. But you see inside, we got some tools, but we have a little area where we can drive through, drop off straw and food, and same on the other side. So this will be good. We're not gonna get any water buffalo today. We'll get them in February because we want the meadow to grow. Oh, look at the moon. And we didn't prepare any food, so that'll be the next step. $75,000 left. We got a little over $66,000 over there in silage being made. Nice progress on the first month of year 3. Guys, our shopping list and to-do list just got a lot larger. I am finally realizing, but there's a good amount of money. We're back to 108. So I overspent when it comes to the cow barn, and I will show you in a little bit. I spent a little bit of time decorating it and forgot that trees and bushes and fences and those things cost me money. $108,000. We want a planter. We need a harvester. We're gonna need probably a tanker to go get the milk and bring it over to the production. Once we do have the water buffalo, we're gonna need a tedder to make hay. Yeah, the shopping list just grew. We're still close to just making money, but we got like maybe $1 million to spend still. And I need to find time to cut down some trees too. So before we set up to do what I want to start February with, we're gonna head over and do a proper tour. We did not do that to end the month. It was kind of dark, so I didn't want to, show it off completely, but this is gonna look great in spring and summer and fall, I'm hoping. Don't see these trees right now with their leaves on them. They're all dead because it is February, but might have overdone it a little bit. So there's a little entrance there, another entrance here to the actual barn. Some decorations back here, kind of the back side of the barn, the broad side of the barn, and another entrance on this side, and a nice little path that leads us into where those double gates are. I think it's pretty awesome. I think at this point we have 55,000 meadow. Let's hop in here. I want to start small. I'm gonna spend about 10 grand. We'll do 8 of them. Trying to escape. Not so fast. So there's one of them, water buffalo. My first time seeing them in FS25, or I guess at all, since they weren't in FS22. Sun rays hitting them, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, I can't wait to see this when it's all green. But let's go show you something else we did. Figured we'd just hop in the sky here real quick to kind of show a randomness of road layouts that I've created here. So we're gonna add a field here, a field here, and a field here. And also put a little bit of another farmyard. We need to get some sheds soon, but you know, money is money. We don't have a lot of it. And we need to get this planted. So lots of priorities, lots of things to do. We're waiting for that silage to turn, debating if I'm gonna sell all of it, if I'm gonna keep some of it. We definitely need a tedder next, and I think some of these fields that we're gonna cut right now, we're gonna dedicate some to hay, some to silage as well, but TMR is not gonna be a thing really. We need a mixer too until we get some straw, so we got some things to do. And I think for the sake of storing hay, we're gonna start with this one. Let's lower everything. And we're gonna open this, and no reason to drop swath here. So we will change the work mode. Control Y. We want both of them to be wide spreading, like so. And we'll start just making this field. Same thing we did last month. Away we go. Front is on, okay. So yeah, then we'll get a tedder. We'll look into the prices of that. There's one that was 44,000 that is the biggest, but I don't know if we need it. I don't know how often we're gonna be making hay. But it'll be nice to see the size of these fields as we get them cut. And all complete with the cutting of this field. I'm gonna leave the mowing equipment over here because I'm not 100% sure that I'm gonna be doing another field today. So we'll keep it here. We'll see how it goes. We might need to switch over to the real grass field and get the silage going because that'll be due in March. But we'll see how far we get. We wanna check on the silage now that's over here. Oh yeah, I forgot about how heavy this is. Whew, should drop the back first when we do this. But yeah, we'll check on the silage here, see if it's ready to go make some money off of it. And then, yeah, a tedder's next. All right, let's take a look here. Silage, is it all? No, nope, we got some that are at 90% still, 89%. All right, let's look at the store. So looking at tedders now, we have a 17 meter one for $44,000. The next step down is just about 9 meters, but it's so much cheaper. So much cheaper. Oh, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? I don't know how often we're going to be doing tedding, so we're going to go ahead and buy the cheaper one. Yeah, the bigger one would have been nice, but I think this will do the trick. Cruise around 9 miles an hour. Like I said, I don't know how often we're going to do this. And once this is an actual like field and we're doing it on, we can have workers help us. But I'll have to do all this myself since this is not a field yet. We'll get the windrower next. Probably take a break on this field and take care of a few other things first, but yeah, goal is to get some hay baled up today. Probably that mixer we looked at a few episodes ago, the TMR mixer, I think it was 50 grand. It'd be nice to have that and not ever have to worry about mixing or buying a feed mixer. Just drop it into the grain cart that we have and drop off the food. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Took a little longer than I wanted, but it is what it is. Got a lot of hay out here now. Let's go ahead and drop this off here and we'll check on the silage once again. All right, let's see if we see any. 94%. Wow. Okay, we're gonna check again at 11, but I do need to probably get some lumber going. We'll do that real quick and then we'll get back to windrowing. But we do have a road that connects us, kind of. I don't know what we're gonna do with this oat field. After we harvest it, we're gonna make the road go this way as well. We might cut through the grass field. I haven't decided yet. It might make sense to go through the grass field and do it along this tree line here and connect to this little farmyard. But we will connect that for now and do some quick lumber work. All right, big jump cut there. We do have 23,000 liters in the sawmill now, so that should get us for about a day and a half. I think it'll definitely get us through March. Silage should be ready. I do want to see what our dollar amount is looking like. And as far as the goat cheese and bottled milk, we're going to be holding on to that for a little bit until the prices are good. I did want to check to see if they were still good here in February since they peak in January, but I think we'll just hold off. Even though I do need a lot of money for the harvester I want. We'll put that here for now and grab this silage and go see where the bank account's sitting after that. Gonna be 3 trips, and I'm not sure what the fastest way to the store is, but I thought I'd take an opportunity to kind of show what we did with this road. It does go around the whole square. We did kind of see that already, but we haven't really seen it this way. I went to the other side of the field, of the grass field, and then looped around. So right now, if we just stayed on the roads, it's a very long journey because we're still going the wrong direction right now. So we do need that cut across road right there. Once we cut the grass, maybe in March here, we'll fix that. Oh, I didn't come out here and cut these trees down. That'll be the next area that I take trees from, is right here and up in front of us. Got to get those taken care of. And prices should still be about the same as they were. 33, just under 34,000 per load, so we'll get another 33 plus a couple bales. Well, those little stagnant or extra bales, we might keep those to start getting the TMR mix going here in a little bit, but we need straw, so maybe not. And I am gonna leave. They're just 3 bales. I'm not gonna sell those today. We're sitting at 150, so we know it's about 50,000 to get the fermenting silo going. And about, I think it was, let's just look in instead of guessing. Yeah, and 25,000 for this. It'll hold 8,000 liters. So until we are producing more than 8,000 a month, I think it would be plenty. I'm gonna go ahead and buy that so we have it. And just in the mood to get this all taken care of. Loading area missing. I don't know what that's all about, but we do want the mixer here. You can see the inputs and the output. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to smooth this land out first, I think. Let's go ahead and grab flat right there and make this bigger, and just over exaggerating really what we need, but we can fix it afterwards. And again, the only reason why I'm okay with doing this right now is because it's a challenge and I want it to still look good even though we're making videos. So let's go ahead and grab it now, and it should fit here pretty good. It's flat right there. Why is it doing that? All right, let's see what it does. All right, I dig it. Now we can clean up these edges, make it look a little more natural here. And just kind of widen this road a little bit. I don't like it that much. Not a huge fan of that, but I think that'll do. We can get our tank later on when we need it, but let's get back, start rowing, and making some progress. So hopefully we still have $75,000 or $74,000. We have some lumber to sell next month, and we'll have in April, well, gosh, that's too late. We're not gonna be able to get our harvester in time. We probably should have prioritized that first, but I guess what we'll do is cut the grass in March, and in April, we know we'll get around $200,000 for that. So that should definitely get us in the range to get a harvester. Not necessarily as big a one I'm hoping for, but we'll see when the time comes. The oats are gonna be ready in March, but I don't think we're gonna be able to harvest them until probably June or May, probably May. And we gotta fund that planter somehow. Competing priorities. Probably did things in the wrong order, but that's okay. So I thought their health would start climbing when they have meadow, but only 40%. So dropping some hay in here after we bale it might be beneficial, even though it's not TMR. So I think we might go down that route. Similar to what we did at the beginning of Riverbend Springs, but I'm heading over here to get the seeder because we're gonna have multiple fields and we can start doing the planting with the planter later on. Instead of waiting for that, we might as well just get a crop in the ground. And the seed, just remembering our options, canola, we'll probably do canola just to mix it up. Canola, we don't wanna do rice. We don't want to do oilseed radish, peas, spinach, wheat, barley, and oats. Yeah, let's do canola. All right, we are here. We're going to have a worker take care of this, and away they go. We'll check on them in a little bit, but we need to get over to the case tractor and start doing the windrows. Being mindful of time, trying to make sure we get a lot done today, though. And I think we'll just do like straight rows here. Be easy to pick them up as well. Not too bad. Making some cool progress. Mixing it up. All right, finally got this all rowed back up so we can go grab the baler next and get them water buffalo some food finally. They're doing awesome over here, planting the canola for us. We'll have to make sure it's going good though. We'll go back over there later on, but got to get some of this food for the water buffalo. Hay should not wrap, so I shouldn't have to worry about that, and we should just be able to cruise around and get this done pretty quickly. I think we are going to take a break here, switch over to this tractor, and grab the bale trailer and get some of those bales moved over for them to get healthy. So even if they only produce a little bit of milk, you know, not the 100% health milk, I think it'll definitely be worth it still to get this over there and get them start to be fed. So we'll pick some of these up. I think we'll take like 6. And then we'll save the rest for making TMR later on, even though we might have to give them some more because we're not gonna have straw yet. But we can take this back road here, cruise on over there. Oh, we didn't connect it completely, but we need to eventually. I'm not 100% sure what I wanna do with the fields directly across from me. We might save a little bit of land for like a ranch build out. Hopefully this isn't too tall to fit through those doors. And we should be able to just do that now, let them kind of hang out. Are they going to be low enough too? Let's see. It is taking them perfect. So now we can just cruise straight through here, hang a left, and we're good. So what did that do capacity wise though? Gave them 27,000, a little over 27,000 in hay. It was probably 28,000. They ate a little bit already. And so do we instantly see their percentage going up? Not yet, but that will tick over the next hour. We'll take a look. And back to baling. The baling is done. Feels good. We are gonna need to get these bales out of the way so we can cultivate this. We're gonna really need, well, let's go ahead and drop that one. We're gonna really need the case to focus on cutting the grass next month. So we're gonna need all of this horsepower freed up just for that. So, and this is the only thing that can really use the cultivator. Well, no, we're going to use this over by the yard next month. So we'll bring this back and pick up the cultivator. And then we'll move the bales. Making some really good progress. I'm loving the change here. They're still working on planting. Got to have them finish that today. And I was hoping to possibly run the weeder through it. But we could do that tomorrow. No big deal. Yeah, 16 bales. Hopefully that's enough for a good start. Just get that put there. And yeah, this is the last thing I want to do this month. Are they even planting? Yeah, they're doing good. Okay, they're starting the headlands. I do want to keep it a little farther off the road than I cut originally. But let's go ahead, do exactly what we did with the other field. Get this going, get it turned into a field so that next month we can have one of the other tractors focus on getting it all ready to be planted and possibly get it planted. Probably not though. Who knows? You'll find out in a few minutes. Man, I hope this comes across this way for you guys. This is so much more rewarding to me than starting with a starter farm and a bunch of equipment already like we did in Riverbend Springs, like we did in the White Farm. I love playing this way. We might have got a head start with the log forks and the trailer, but we had nothing. We really had nothing and had to work up to this point where I'm able to now focus on creating fields pretty much monthly right now and constantly expanding and making a bigger, more profitable farm. And I feel like, gosh, guys, I feel like I'm at home. I feel like this is cattle ranch on steroids and I'm loving it. Another field created. Feeling good, guys. That's gonna do it for February. Well, harvesters are gonna be expensive. They're gonna be the main problem for us. $67,000 puts our total at 140. Let's look at the store and I'll explain why. Right now we have an awesome deal, an amazing deal right now. $240,000 for this S7 John Deere combine here. We're just not going to be able to afford that. And I would like to get harvesting going today. And our options are kind of slim for our price range. We could get the Massey Ferguson. We could go with the Nova 330. Was not wanting to. I guess we temporarily could, especially this small field. This is where leasing would be nice. But I don't see any way to get that much money that quick other than waiting for this harvest and selling all the silage first, which might be what we end up doing. Seasonal growth is off, so the crop won't go bad, so that is an option, just not the one I wanted to go with. And before too long, we're gonna have to find somewhere to store all these goods. We're starting to get a good pile up here, and I'm thinking moving this fence back and putting some storage right here might be the best approach. Probably gonna need all 3 tractors today. We already have the grass going. We got the case cutting the grass for us. We're gonna get that baled as quick as possible today so that can turn into silage and sell it as soon as we can in April. But I did want to also head back over and take a look at the field we've just planted, the canola field, and see what's needed there next. And trying to decide how much of a head start I wanna give the mowing before I have a worker hop on the baling. And there they go. Man, what a big job. Oh, we forgot to turn. Oh, that's devastating. Let's stop. Stop. Work mode was incorrect. I'll have to rake up that. Okay, nearest waypoint, go forth. Oh, slow down, buddy. Slowed your roll. So excited to get back on here. And look at these oats that we're not gonna be able to harvest. Glad we caught that early though. It's just the headland that we'll have to clean up there. That does kind of change my plan, so I am gonna just give a worker to take care of these weeds. I'm gonna grab the windrower with this tractor. This place is looking empty because everything's over at the new area right now. And we'll row that up and potentially bale, gosh, the headland ourselves. We'll see how it looks when we set it onto a worker. And I thought I would just check on the cattle here while we are driving by. Health is only up to 48%. Only 43 liters of milk. Interesting. And it seems like the width is just about right for this to work. Are we gonna run into each other? That was close. So if we lose a little bit, it'll be just on that edge there. And we'll, hopefully, they'll line up. Otherwise, yeah, we might have to bail this ourselves. I'm interested to see if this is gonna work. I had to go to the first waypoint, which I'm not sure exactly where that is, but they'll head that way. And I might just clean up afterwards so I can get other things prioritized and get a lot of these wrapped already. And it looks like, yeah, just a little bit too far to the left. That's all right. We'll deal with that later. All right, it's a challenge. I'm gonna drop my pride. We are gonna start with the Nova. If we get to upgrade it, awesome. If we don't get to upgrade it, I think we'll live with it. Only a 6-meter width here, but our fields aren't too huge. It should do us good. We'll, yeah, it'll be fine. All right, that one is heading this way. We're gonna go ahead and take this back over to the new little farmyard. And oh, I think, yeah, I wanna get this little spot here that they missed. But this is looking good. But this will not produce straw for us. So we need to make sure we plant something on this field across the street that will produce straw for us next. And because oats are so quick, I might do oats again. And then once we get a planter, I can start mixing in some more profitable crops. Don't think this is gonna be enough to get the second application of fertilizer down, but we're gonna give it a shot before we buy some. All right, here goes nothing. And then I'm gonna jump in the menus here just to make sure. Yeah, that's looking good. Starting to look like a farm out here. Trying to get a good angle so I don't waste any product because we're so close. I don't think we have enough though. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah, that'll do for now. That's not bad. Not bad, there's that little speck. And for the first time on the 5 and 5 challenge, we are harvesting. Gonna make sure it's dropping swath here. Perfect. Oh, we missed a little. This is nice. This is exciting. We'll see how it does climbing the hill. And I have no idea how much we're gonna get here, but we'll find out. I assume we'll fill this up at least once, so we'll have to get the grain cart over here, and we do not have a silo. And I don't think there's one for $34,000. So we're gonna be selling crops right away until we can afford that. Or just hold on to it until we need the grain cart, I guess. Here's the first climb at 5 miles an hour still. Feels like it's starting to slow down, but got back up to 6, so I think we might be okay. Up, down to 4, 3, here we are. Okay, come on, we can do it. Might have to just go downhill on this side. And I know people said we wouldn't go this way. We would just go against the terrain, really, where the slope is, go the direction I'm facing right now. I'm sorry, I don't know the right words to describe that. And no clue how long I've been on mute, but we have the harvest started over there. The grain cart's been working pretty good. We just started planting some oats in the new field. I figured we would do that since we need straw. We definitely need straw. The canola is not going to produce straw. And right now the one oat field is the only one we have. So working on getting some bale wrap over to the baler, and then I will help the harvester unload with this, using it as our utility tractor, even though, you know, it's kind of small. I'm hoping it can pull the grain cart, but we'll find out shortly. Yep, here they are putting in the oats, doing the work for us, and this is starting to get close to being full. Yeah, let's look at prices right now. Yeah, they're pretty terrible, pretty bad. Well, actually, yeah, they're about in the mid, so we'll get a little bit of cash from this. Well, the first harvest is complete. And not sure what we're gonna do. I think we do need to sell this stuff today to free up the cart, because I do want to get some TMR going. But right now we're kind of just, well, that's picky. That is picky. We're kind of just waiting for the baler to be freed up to get the straw moved over to the cattle barn fermenter. And we have 3 bales of silage to start with, so we'll get those over there as well, and the hay eventually today. But the total for the harvest was 13,314 oats. I think, what, about 15,000 we're gonna get here? Maybe close to 20. 21, not bad. We'll take it. We're a tiny little harvest, and we're about to pick up some fertilizer and bale wrap, but I thought I would drop and do some maintenance real quick. Just see how bad it is, and we need to get some fuel as well. Yeah, $1,000, might as well do that. It's the only thing I'm worried about for that. We'll do 3,000 fertilizer. Let's do that twice. Let's do 6,000, and we'll do a little bit of wrap. And they need refilled. We're on our way. And all done with the baling of grass. I'm gonna go straight into picking up some of this straw and prioritize getting some feed over to the water buffalo. And then we need to check on the grass field that was getting planted, because I want to get some fertilizer on that. It's not grass field, sorry, the new oat field. And then we need to finish moving the bales off the grass field so we can put fertilizer down there. And that's the rest on my list for the month of March. So we can climb this hill fine with the baler here, otherwise we'll be going up there and turning around. But I'll bust this out and we'll get some TMR mix. Why is it wrapping straw? Is that a thing? That should be off now. Okay, I think we're finally done here. Good amount of bales. Should be a good start for the straw operation. Got that passed so we could do 2. Let's loop around and get that. Maybe get another bale here. I don't think so, though. Runaway. We got a runaway. Yeah, just a little tiny bit there. Let's go ahead and unload that, though. We don't want any extra straw in here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send this guy on out to start fertilizing this field, and then they'll do the grass field for us later. But I wanted to grab the case. We'll drop off the seeder, and we're going to go get the bale trailer, and I want to get all the hay, some straw, and these 3 silage bales over to the mixer production and see about getting some TMR right now. See how quick that operation is. I think what we're going to do is pick up at least 26 of these to put aside for feed, and we'll see how that does. And if that lasts us 3 months, then we know we can do that each time we cut silage. But also we have plenty of grass that we were still going to cut to make new fields that we could make silage for TMR as well. We have all the ingredients except for the one that takes the most. We only have 3. Well, we have the least of the thing we need the most of. We only have 3 silage bales and a good amount of the other bales. Not bad. Nice to finally start using this facility. See how this works. Oh, they're not going to take them. We'll loop around. Or we'll tip. Will it work this way? Really? Is this place not going to take bales? Gosh, I'm not going to lie. I was driving over here thinking this might be the case. Okay. Input hay. Oh, it took some straw. But what is it? Why? Is it like a height thing? It is a height. It's like a small hitbox. Oh boy. Gotta hold it like right in the perfect spot. Okay. Good to know. But it won't. There it goes. All right, let's take a look at this. Tip zone shows it's really tall. It's just super skinny. All the ingredients are there, so we might as well activate it and see how quick it runs through it. It's not terrible. So one of the things I noticed is we were full on straw, but not hay. So I don't really understand why this isn't working. Having some issues. I tried to fix it myself and no luck. So I don't know if it's something on my game's end, but it's struggling. I can't get this hay to go in there. I think we got all of the silage. Let me see if it just doesn't like that bale. But every once in a while I get one to just work fine, and then the rest don't. So I don't know if I have some mod issues going on. Nothing there. Like, we turn on F5 and it's clearly in the trigger. I mean, this whole big square is what shows up as the trigger. This smaller square I'm not really sure on. But it's not happy. It is not happy. Okay, let's make sure this works. Does. Now, do I have a different tipping setting that I can use here? U, left, grain door. Yeah, let's do that. That way, oh, it still does tip it all the way though. I was worried about it hitting the ceiling in here. So they have a little bit of TMR. Just confused. So this has 4,500. And it should take more hay. Let me try something. Okay, that was my modified version. Let's see if I can get this to work again. I'm so confused. Does it have like a total capacity or something? Let me look at this XML. No, I can't see anything. All right, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna speed up time and see if this ends up taking more from me at any point. I don't know how well this is gonna come across on YouTube, but you can see the netting on this one, right? So let's turn super strength on. We're gonna put this, it's like the perfect spot right here. It should take it. Let's let go of it. It doesn't do anything, right? But I come over here, I'm gonna use, I forget what this app's called, Power Tools. We're going to spawn object and a bale of hay, same size we have right there. But this one that spawns doesn't have any of that netting on it. Let's do this. Let's push it out of the way and let go. And it's gone. It took it, but it won't take this one, which makes me wonder if I go over to the farmer's market, is this one gonna work over there? Okay, we're at the farmer's market. We're gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna throw it in there. And it took it. So, for whatever reason, that mod doesn't like the wrapped ones with the netting. They're not even wrapped. I guess they are wrapped with netting, but so I'm gonna look at this object's XML and store items and see if I can figure out what the heck's going on. Did a little digging and I'm confident this mod is 100% acting correct, that this seems like a bug in the game. And straw, let's see if a little bit of straw, just before we completely move on from this topic. Now, we should be able to get this to about 40,000 unless it's having the same problems with this, but I thought all of our straw looked like this. So we put it down, it's just not taking it. All right, I'm going to fast forward and then get this down to like 38,000 potentially. All right, so it can take 1,000. Let's stop now. And we'll go here. And it did take about, took some from it. 5,000. This one is now, yeah, it took a couple hundred from it. Let's grab another one because it should take a whole 1,000. So this one has 5,000 and it's like it won't take it because it's full. So maybe that's a thing. All right, we're not gonna save, but we're gonna come back in this and finish this episode. But I want to drop this down. I guess this is 5,000, so we want to get this to like 34,000. Missing material, so let's spawn in some silage. Let me slow down the time while we do that. Silage, let's go with the biggest ones. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. All right, so we got some silage here and took it. What is this one? What do we got here? Some silage. some square bale silage. It took it. So now we can continue on with our test. All right, we'll know when we see it. I'm gonna try again. Just testing a theory here. Testing a theory that it's not taking it unless it can take all of it. And it's not the case. So I don't know why this one won't get taken. Let's slow it down. We'll try the same song and dance. I don't understand why they were sometimes working too earlier. Spawn, that was straw. So we'll do a bale of straw, 5,000. Comes out, it is just straw. Nothing wrapping around it. And it took it. It's gotta be a bug, right? We were getting really technical there for a minute, but we're back. I'm wondering is, this mod looks like it would work. It probably works completely perfect if it was an FS22 mod. I'm wondering if there's a new way to indicate things like straw and hay with the new balers, since we do have netting and wrap now. I'm wondering if there's just something that needs to change, and I forgot the bale trailer, to make that stuff work. It just seems odd. It seems like it should work, right? So, sounds like a bug in the game or something that I wasn't able to find real quick. Like, there's a couple changes I could have tried to the XML that I'll probably try after recording this to see if I could get it to work, but it seems bizarre to me. And the other thing I was thinking was, we're using a modded baler as well, so maybe there's something different about that. Maybe if I grabbed a base game baler, it would just work. So you're like, is this mod causing another mod not to work? Anyways, that was a lot more than I wanted to get into on that. Let's get back to some farming. So what we have to do left, even though it's pretty late because we lost some time, we need to pick up all these bales so we can get this sprayed with fertilizer. And I want to also get the weeder on the field that we just planted. We did put some more oats in the ground. I want to get the weeder on that to potentially take care of all the weeds today so we don't have to in April. But I'm going to get these all out of the way, get a different tractor probably on spraying the fertilizer, and then try to get those weeds done. And I think that's probably gonna do it for March. Gosh, the technical brain's going. I don't think it's a bug. I think it's a unknown change to fill types that I'm gonna dig into more, because the farmer's market worked. So that tells me it's not completely, you know, it's not the game. It might not be the game's fault. There just has to be a different way to indicate those other type of bales, because right now it just wants the old ones from basically the FS22 ones. I hope that makes some sense. Dang, we need to clean this stuff. I need to do that in between episodes. Stuff got messy. All right, let's see. Worker, you got this? All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab that weeder, and I'm gonna use, you know, the steering assist, because there is no weeds yet. There are no weeds yet. They haven't grown yet, but they say they're growing. So the theory is we should be able to just run the weeder over them, and in the morning when we wake up, there'll be no weeds in the ground. We could do it tomorrow, but we have some time, and I wanted to tackle it today, and I'm noticing we missed some right here. Those might be too long for a weeder now. All right, we're gonna give this a shot. You know, I'm gonna rely on the guided steering where it tells me that we've been, because I can't tell when I've gone over things other than the headland. That's pretty obvious. So we'll see how it goes. And I don't think, and this is a thing that's always confused me about this, and I've gotten onto ramble. You guys got me in ramble mood. It shows no weeds, but we hop out here and it says weeds growing. So that's always been a part that confuses me. We visibly can't see them, and I think that's why they don't show up on that chart as green, but they do show up when we hover over the field as growing. So I think this does take care of them. I know I've done it in the past and it seemed to work fine. It just always confuses Chris's brain. Yeah. My brain. And I think we're done. Let's go ahead and fold this up and get it home. We'll check on the fertilizer, see how that's going. I might go over and top them off on whatever TMR has been generated since we were over there last. We'll find a solution. We'll find a solution for the mixer, whether it's just giving us something to help. I have an idea that we might get a gift from the dealership next week just to make it easier, because I do like that mod. It's definitely my style of playing. We might have to redesign this a little bit to give us some room to maneuver around here. I think we pulled it off though. It's another 8,700. I think this will be more than enough for what they need right now. So, but I think it'll be wise to top them off just in case it isn't. Sneak on in here, turn around, make sure everything's going good. Let's hop out. And I don't know if we'll do straw yet. We don't have a manure pit. And I've heard issues about the manure pits, so I don't know where I would even put it. So I was kind of looking. But they're finishing up this fertilizer here, and I'll catch you on the next episode.